Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. We are the odds couple. His name is Mike Brenner. My name is Peter Loshak. It's less than 12 hours to March 1st,
Madness.
Mike Brenner.
Buddy, it's
March
here.
Madness is almost here. And Mike Brenner and I, of
flew.
course, are doing a series of seeding trends videos. We did this last year. Very well
Enjoyed it.
received, very successful.
Help sharpen the pencil.
Yep, absolutely. We're doing the same thing here. And now we're going to talk about what might be the most interesting seeding matchup, in my opinion, which is 11-6.
You were pretty fired up about this. So
I have some interesting stuff to say here, Mike Brenner. You know, I did my homework. Did you know I used to be a nerd, Mike Brenner?
I don't believe that.
It's
No,
true.
because yesterday after that Rucker Park,
Yeah.
you know.
So the point is that I'm used to doing homework. I'm doing thorough homework, and I got some good stuff here for the 6-11
Revenge
matchup.
of the Nerds.
Yeah, let me tell you. All right, Mike Brenner, in last year's video, right? This is what I said. This is my big note from last year's video. I said when the 11 seed is the favorite, which does happen sometimes.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
The five seeds are never. I don't think actually over the past 6 years there has been a 5 seed's been a favorite. The 11 seeds though are favorites, and it doesn't happen infrequently. Last year there were 2 of them.
Yeah.
Last year I said that when the 11 seed is the favorite, the 11 seed won outright and covered 4 out of those 5 times.
Wow.
Last year it turned out that there were 2 instances of the 11 seed being a favorite.
Both covered.
And both of them won and covered. And
You nailed it. And you said that.
Not only did I say that, but I said, and all 4 of those covers were also margin covers. And last year, both of the 11 seeds that were favorites,
Big.
margin covers.
Pistol
Margin
Pete
covers.
nailed it,
Yeah.
baby. You
So
might be
can-
heating up at the right time.
Yeah, you can bet those with confidence and maybe even think about selling points because you could sell 3 points and get it at plus
Absolutely.
125 or something
Absolutely.
like that.
Grab that extra. I like it. I like the breakdown.
So that's something that's interesting to look at. Straight up, it has been very 50-50 over the past bunch of years, and actually over the past 6 years, 13 11 seeds have advanced, and only 11 6 seeds have advanced. So actually, more 11 seeds over the past 6
have
years
advanced than
have
the
advanced. It's,
wow,
it's
than the
very
6. You wouldn't
50-50
think
as far
that.
as advancing. Yeah,
And the normal, novice bettor would run to the window,
Right.
just go in the opposite number, thinking automatically. But you better do your research on this.
You wouldn't think that based on the seeding trend numbers, but if you look at the actual spreads, you would think that because out of the last 2 years, out of the 8 games, not one game had a spread higher than 3.5.
Not one.
Not one. There were 4
See, I
games.
wouldn't have expected that.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. Right. It's
Wow.
very weird. That's what I'm telling you. This is a weird seeding
is.
matchup. 6
It
and
is.
11. I like it.
Interesting.
And I think a big reason that it's an interesting matchup is because a lot of teams can fall or rise from like a lot of 15 seeds can rise up to the 11 or a lot of
And
like
that's
a
what
4
makes
seed
or
can
breaks
drop
it.
to- yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So those and another thing is this is another interesting about
He's
this.
fired
matchup.
up about this.
Fired up.
He is fired
This
up.
is a very interesting thing that I said last year, and it continued in the games last year. The 6-11 matchup has the games that fall farthest from the spread out of all the other seeding matchups. The market has a hard time accurately forecasting where the line should be, and there are more margin covers in this matchup than in any other seed.
That's an interesting fact because I would not have thought that, Pete.
And I said that last year, and then last year, 3 out of the 4 games were margin
There you
covers.
go.
There was one close one, but the other 3 were margin covers. When I say margin, I mean like 6 or 7 points or more from the spread.
And that's a margin to me.
Right.
That's an absolute margin.
And to me, anything close would be like 5 or 6 points or less.
Or less.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's more margin covers. But over the past 6 years, there have been more margin covers in this matchup and that tells you that the market has a hard time accurately assessing the lines, and it also tells you that there might be value selling points in these matchups.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that. I'm wondering what Joe Lenardi's thinking for projected teams.
All right. So there you go. So again, think about it. Out of the last 6 years, there have been 7 times when the 11 seed has been a favorite, and they won and covered by a margin 6 times. All right. So let's take a look at some of the teams that could be. And again, this is one of the seedings where the other seedings, it's interesting to sort of look at which teams are positioned to be those seeds. This one, I don't actually look at the teams that much. I just wait to see who the teams wind up being.
Sure.
Right now, Joe Lenardi has Oklahoma State, Wisconsin, Creighton, and St. Mary's as the projected number 6 seeds.
That's
and you
dangerous.
can see why. Yeah, you can see why this is a weird seeding because all four of those teams could go higher or fall lower.
Sure.
Right?
Like St. Mary's, wouldn't be surprised if they fell lower, and I wonder if they're feeling shunned this year. Oklahoma State, I think, is one to look out. Yeah, they could fall, though.
Or they could go either way,
I think
right?
they could go either way, but they could fall. That's interesting. And who was the other one? You got Oklahoma
Creighton and Wisconsin. Creighton could go either way, too.
I know,
Creighton
but
could get a bunch of margin wins or a bunch of margin losses, and all of a sudden they're a 7 seed or a 5 seed.
Could be. And I think that would be a team that might drop lower. It could be a 7. They're having trouble replacing that point guard.
Yeah.
Their top scorer.
And so if you look at
Wisconsin was the other one, right?
Wisconsin's the other one. That's a tough one, too,
That
right?
is. That's a young team, too.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that's a young team.
And, they went into Michigan State, got a loss there. They got beat by Ohio State at home, so they could fall or they could rise. All these teams
I think they've been a little overvalued, Pete. They had some big signature wins early early on, but then I think shit got real and the length of the season started catching up. All right, this is a team that had 4 returning starters last year for 3 straight years. That's all changed, so that might be one you better watch out for. There may be some value in fading Wisconsin.
Out of those 4 teams, it's hard to imagine if any of those, if they are the 4 or 6 seeds, which of those could wind up being a dog. Not exactly sure. If you look at the teams that are projected right now to be 11 seeds, you've got to get a sense for who they could be and why they might be a favorite. You got Marquette, Seton Hall, Cal, USC, and Illinois State.
Well, see, I could see USC going up against Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State being the, that's my opinion.
There you go, Mike Brenner. Exactly. So that's a perfect example. If the matchup winds up being USC and Oklahoma State, and you see USC minus 1.5. Hit USC. They're going to win by 8.
You're damn right. I like that. Man,
I'm fired.
I am.
I don't get that fired up.
I know, but you're getting fired up. I feel it.
Yeah,
you're liable to do a backflip off that chair and really surprise some people.
Yeah, right. So last year, 3 11 seeds advanced. All 11 seeds, they involved margin games. So very interesting. Mike Brenner.
I can't wait. Good stuff. You dug deep.
Absolutely. You have anything you want to wrap up with?
No, I just think Marquette might be one to watch out for. That could be dangerous in that group.
Absolutely.
And again, these are all projected. These are not, for sure, but. St. Mary's, interesting team. I think that's one that could move up, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Gonzaga lose to BYU outright. So maybe St. Mary's and Gonzaga are a little bit overvalued because they played, San Diego and Pepperdine and all those teams and beat up on them.
Yeah, we'll see. God, I can't wait.
All right, Mike Brenner, that's our preview of the 6-11 seeding matchups. Next week, catch our videos for we're going to do 8, 9, and 7, 10.
Don't miss it.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts and shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.